Good morning, day traders, and welcome to Market Minute, a hedge fund trader's technical analysis of the stock market for Monday, March 28th, 2022. Let's get after it. So the SPY, right, kind of gapping up here this morning after Friday's increasing volume day. We don't want to put too much stock into volume's price action, as this was still a relatively thin volume profile, at least compared to the sort of the 21-day volume average. If the SPY can break out on volume over this 453.75, certainly looks like it has a lot of room towards that 460 barrier, but we need to make sure that that volume profile actually steps in and shows us that relative strength. Otherwise, right, we're going to be chasing something that isn't there. So want to be a little bit cautious until that volume looks perfect, but definitely like the bullish bias here on this SPY towards that 460 area. Very similar story here on QQQ. Very weak bearish candle that has a lot of sort of dip buyers supporting this price action, engulfing right on volume, but not exactly a strong candle. So we're not going to put too much stock into sort of this volume profile and this candle shape. Would like to see this thing break out over that 362.50 on that increasing outlier volume, and if it can, then yeah, QQQ certainly has some room towards that 368 365 area, but probably not the A+ setup we're looking for here today. Apple gapping down this morning on sort of production cut rumors. So there's reports that are coming out that AirPod production and iPhone production will be getting slowed down and cut here in the near future. That makes things a little bit challenging here, but also realistically, right, Apple probably needs to catch its breath here before it wants to kind of figure out what it wants to do. So a little bit of a pullback, right, a little bit of a low volume day here. Not really anything to write home about or anything to be super nervous about. Totally would be natural after what looks like 6 or 7 consecutive kind of really strong full body days, right? So we want to be very cautious here with this Apple. So probably more one to watch than one to trade, but if you can clear over that 176.50 or 175.50, things start to certainly get really interesting here. Tesla, right, gapping up on news as well. So Tesla is reported to be asking its shareholders if they want to do another stock split. So gapping up on that narrative here this AM. If Tesla can clear that 1087 on volume, that 1100 barrier starts to come into play very, very quickly. And then that 1105 and then 1118 areas should come very quick. This is a pretty significant gap up here as well. So if we get a really weak market, if we get a little bit of a fade here this AM, we could be looking to kind of play this sort of reversal back down towards Friday's high. Microsoft, right, very similar narrative here as the SPY, where we're getting a really nice kind of low vol pullback candle within this sort of range. If we can break out of this consolidation, which for me looks like above that 306.40, then Microsoft certainly has a lot of room up towards sort of that 310 barrier. Again though, right, we need to see that sort of outlier volume step in here on Microsoft, as sort of the last 5 sessions have all kind of been decreasing daily volume. So let's see that momentum step in, break out of this consolidation, and then we should have an opportunity for some decent follow through to the upside. Similar narrative here in AMD, right? Going to look for a breakout up and over this 122.50 on sort of that increasing outlier volume. Really nice low vol pullback there on Friday, and would like to see that momentum step back in and really continue this trend line breakout. If we can break this 122.50, kind of start moving like $2 at a time towards that first area of resistance, and then eventually have some space up towards that 128 barrier. And then last but not least here is sort of this NVIDIA, right? Same story as that AMD, really nice sort of low vol pullback, right? Low volume indecision compared to previous day. Creates an opportunity for this thing to kind of recatch its breath or reclaim some key levels and then bounce and break out again. So looking for NVIDIA to break out over that 286.25, and if it can, we certainly have a lot of room up towards that 290, 291.40, 294, even 295 areas. So lots to like here if the volume profile can step in and look pretty good. So that's how I plan on dominating today's action. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to follow my day trades live, you can start your free 7-day trial at thedaytradinglivestream.com. Otherwise, have yourselves a fantastic session and talk to you all tomorrow for the next Market Minute.